Sometimes we feel submerged. Sometimes we feel like we're drowning. Sometimes we feel like we are enveloped in something that is difficult to feel and difficult to understand.
On the narrow beach below the bluff at Point Woronzof, an army of volunteers sees Sarah Davies.
There is nothing in the world like being seen.
We've got to do something.
And they are. This day marks the beginning of the 100 Stone Project's final act.
Oh, we're breaking ground. It's incredible.
A foundation for healing is set.
Here you are. Thanks for being my front men. Thank you so much. When everyone sees what we have made, saying, I need you to see my truth, I think it'll be a transformative moment.
All of that work is now done, waiting for what's inside an abandoned Spenard church.
This project is really singular and really unique, and I don't think Alaska's ever seen anything like it.
This is a suicide awareness project. It's also a civic engagement project. It's also a social art project, creative placemaking project, and hopefully the beginning of a serious shift in attitudes and approaches toward those of us who experience physical and emotional vulnerabilities.
Over the last 2 years, Sarah traveled around the state and met Alaskans suffering mental and emotional distress.
There's so much to do.
Her goal, to cast 100 of their bodies in plaster, resulting in this visual.
You know, this idea of 100 life-size figures marching out into the inlet. The strangeness, the uniqueness, you know, I could see it in my head immediately.
Sarah hopes the sight of it will encourage people to open up.
I've had 3 suicide attempts. All of us are saying, see in. I need to show you this, and I need you to see this, because I can't even describe how devastatingly lonely it is to feel unseen. We've had hundreds involved so far.
Gwendolyn Bradshaw is one of the figures.
The depression was severe. I couldn't get out of bed for 6 months. My boyfriend at the time brought me food. One time he actually had to handcuff me from killing myself.
She suffered from years of bullying after her mother heard voices that told her to throw Gwen into a campfire when she was only 10 months old.
There's PTSD from my burn accident, also growing up with an alcoholic father, you know, daily abuse.
James Jordan says one of his closest friends killed himself in high school.
I went through a period where I felt numb.
James found the body.
And with the mental health thing, I think that's something that everybody struggles with, but not enough people talk about.
To tell people I needed help, that was very difficult for me.
And the unbreakable Holly McQuinn did, following the news of her breast cancer 1 year ago.
I came out of radiation one day and there was a woman that was laying on a gurney. She was getting ready to go into the radiation. And she was weeping, and I knew that she was in pain. And I knew that pain, feeling that pain, and my first response was to just go over to her and hold her hand and tell her that I loved her and just brush her hair. And because I know that when you're in that place, that's all you want.
Holly, James, and Gwen are just 3 of the hundreds who've come together for 100 Stone. They're all healthier now.
It's perfect.
And so is Sarah.
When I look at these, I get quiet and I get emotional.
I think the heavier ones are about 300.
And I think we're here.
Do not pick from the head.
Watch your arm over here, fella.
It's done.
Don't just pick from the leg.
Yep.
We got those straps, you guys.
We're ready.
You'll see an arm or appendage that looks fragile. Don't grab it.
We're ready for people to see these truths.
Let's take this one right up here.
2, 3.
I had a vision of this neither world that I had been occupying, this space between reality and unreality and surreality, and I I saw that I wasn't alone.
And up
There were a lot of people like me
Up.
experiencing what I had experienced.
and down.
Humbling, probably more than I thought it would be. You know, you talk about putting statues on the beach, and now it hits you, and you hear the stories of each one, and it's big, it's huge, bigger than us.
The emotion of installation day is almost too much for Sarah.
These incredible stories are coming to life. And they're taking on the full meaning that they were supposed to have.
100 Stone's symbolism is open for interpretation.
The water certainly is threatening.
There's plenty to think about.
They're beautiful. And thank you.
They plan for 100 figures,
Look at that ice moving.
but deadlines and fatigue dictated only 85 could be made.
As different as these stories are, they're so similar. The humanity in them is identical.
The figures will remain on the icy edge of Anchorage all winter.
This is incredible.
Next spring, they'll be gone.
What a perfect day.
That's the nature of temporary public art.
Here I am looking at what I feel.
And it's okay with Sarah, as long as the meaning, being seen,
And now they're seen.
goes on.
If we were to all look around and see an ocean of allies around us, as far as we can see, I think then the project will be finished.